If we have control over our wealth, we shall be free and rich. But if our wealth actually control us, then we can actually be poor, in the society. So it is very imperative that as wealthy individuals or rich class or affluent or rich people in the society, you need to be able to control your wealth. And that is what this topic, this discussion will be talking about today, about the hidden secret of money. You see, money actually works in a mysterious way, in a way that in most cases people don't even understand. And that is why it is very important for us to have control over our wealth, because when you have control over your wealth, you will be free and you'll also be rich. But when you allow your wealth to actually control you, then there's every possibility that over time you might end up becoming very, very poor. So that is what we're going to discuss today. So being successful in life does not entails having a lot of money, because people assume that when you are successful, when you are rich, it means you have a lot of money. But that is not actually what wealth is all about. And that is what I'm also going to discuss today. This is because a lot of us are actually caught between our earnings and our spendings. We cannot be able to balance both of them at the end of the day, because being rich is different and being poor is also different. And being poor and also being rich, we all spend money every day. But unfortunately, in most cases, most people cannot balance what they actually earn and what they actually spend at the end of the day. So we try as much as possible to balance both of them. That is our spending or and our earnings. But unfortunately, the result is not always positive in most cases. So as we pursue wealth, because we all pursue wealth, we all desire wealth, we all wanted to be rich in life, there are actually some certain rules that we need to follow. If you actually abide by these rules, which I'm going to discuss now, you I can assure you that you're going to be very rich very, very soon. And these rules are what I'm going to discuss now. So there are certain rules, because money actually works in in a mysterious way. And if you don't actually understand these mysteries or this secret about money, you may not be able to become rich in life. And that is why this video is very, very imperative, is very, very what important to every one of us, so that by the time you finish watching this video, you'll be able to decide for yourself where you actually want to become or belong to in the society, where we have what we call social stratification. Are you going to be in the upper class, or are you going to be in the lower class? One of the secret or hidden secret of money is that money is always easy to get but hard to maintain. Money is easy to get but hard to maintain. That is number one secret. Now, what do I mean by money is easy to get? Somebody will say, but what do you mean by money is easy to get? You see, money is very easy to get because in most cases, almost all of us are always working, because we always have one job or the other that we're actually doing. But the situation is that even with this job, a lot of us, even when we get this money, we are in most cases unable to maintain it. And that's why I was talking before about balancing and what and spending. Are you being able to balance the money you actually spend and what you actually earn? There must be a balance between them, in that at the end of the day, you must be able to have some money that's set aside for your investment one way or the other. So it is easy to acquire money, but it is very hard to sustain it over time. All of us always what we get paid for the value we have actually created for our service rendered to people, or maybe you are a working class, you get paid at the end of the day. But the question is, are you being able to maintain the money? A lot of people, if you ask me, do not know how to maintain this money. So why is it that most people do not know how to maintain the money that we're talking about here? The reason is that a lot of people actually engage in extravagant lifestyle, in exorbitant lifestyle, in reckless spending, in lavish spending. What do I mean by that? For example, maybe you render a service to somebody, and ordinarily you've always spent like 20,000 naira in a month. But because of the service you've actually rendered, the person is now giving you what 200,000 naira instead of what of the regular or normal 20,000 you usually collect, that you usually spend in a month. You discover that in most cases, when this actually comes into our hand, the money will always mess up a lot of people's head, and that's the time a lot of people actually engage in what in reckless spending, not minding that there will be a time that that money might not come easily like that. So most people, when they earn money like that, they spend the money lavishly. They belong to what we call what the consuming what category of phase of what between the rich and the poor. So for the poor, or for those that don't have money, plan for their money, you discover that when they make that money, they spend the money lavishly without having any proper plan for the money. Then what happens when the money does not come tomorrow? Will you still go back to what you have actually spent? Because what? The money has already disappeared. So a lot of us fail to realize that money does not last forever. Money may not stay with you if you do not invest the money. Money will only stay when you actually invest the money. You will know the reason as I actually progress in this topic. So money grows when you actually manage it wisely. If you are not managing money wisely, you may end up belonging to the category of people that are always consuming and lavishing money and not having plan for money. That's why I said that money is easy to get, but not easy to maintain, because most people, when they get the money messes with their head and they forget tomorrow, and they end up spending the money on liabilities, not on assets. So keeping money with you takes a lot of control and foresight, and that is the secret of what of the rich. Whenever the rich people make money, they take control of their money and they create a foresight for the money on how to actually spend the money. And that's why when I started this instruction, I said that if we have control over wealth, then we shall be free and be rich. But if our wealth have control over us, then we can actually be poor at the end of the day. So it is easy to acquire this money, but in most cases, most people do not have control over the money. They cannot sustain the money because why? They engage in the extravagant and lavish lifestyle, because money is always messing with their head, and when the money comes like that, they spend the money just like that without any proper planning. Number two is that the second secret to money is that money loves those that take a risk. Don't forget that money is actually what? A spirit, and it is always in love with those that actually take risk or risk taker. If you are not a risk taker, then it is time for you to be making or taking risk today, because as we age, as we're growing up, in life, a lot of us might not be willing to take a lot of risk, which is actually natural. But while you are young, are you willing to take that risk? Are you willing to go an extra mile to take the risk that money is actually in love with? So money actually love those that actually are willing to take the risk at the end of the day. So if you are too careful with money, you may not be able to make a good profit. If you are too careful, you are too reluctant to spend money, you are too reluctant to invest, you are always reluctant to invest your money, to do business, to do one thing or the other, to take a risk, then you will discover that you might always be stagnant or remain at that position that you are in. So, but money loves those that are actually taking risks, that are willing to take the risk. And don't forget that as you are aging, your ability or your desire to take risk at the end of the day is always decreasing. But now that you are young, that you are still very, very young and agile, why don't you take that financial risk and invest your money into assets and the portfolio investment? So those that are actually too careful, too reluctant, that are not willing to take risk in life, might not necessarily make a lot of profit at the end of the day. So you see, in life, great opportunities are abound in life when we are actually taking risks. You see, those that are actually very wealthy today, like Bill Gates, like Mark Zuckerberg, like Elon Musk, and the rest of these guys. If you ask me what is actually their secret, they are always risk takers. Are you willing to take risk today, or you are the type that you don't want to take risk? If you are not ready to take risk, I can tell you categorically that you always remain where you are. Number three, let money work for you. Number three is that money should be able to work for you. If you've been watching my video, I've always emphasized that money should be working for you. And that is what differentiates the rich from the poor. For the rich, money is always working for them. But for the poor people, money is not working for them, but rather they are the one working for money. So, do you want to be rich today? Do you want to be wealthy? Do you want to be, very surplus? Do you want to have enough money? Do you want to invest? If you want to actually invest, if you want to make money today, then you should let your money work for you. Because rich people make money when money are working for them. They let money to work for them. But poor people are working for their money. The rich people hire people to work for them. But for the poor, they're always doing everything by themselves. But for the rich people, for the wealthy people, they hire people, they employ people to work for them, so they can always focus on what? On bigger tasks and their ideas. People that are with less money, that are very poor, they work for someone else. Do you get it now? They're always working for someone else. I'm not saying that it's not right for you to work for somebody else. But when you get paid, if at all you are working for somebody else, then you should categorize or break your money into three parts: savings, investment, and spending. You must invest every month. You must save for emergency every month, and you must also spend money. So poor people, or people that are not rich, or people with less money, they work for somebody else. It's good to work for somebody else, but you must have a foresight. So rich people actually generate, money through what I call multiple streams of what? Of income. Do you get it now? Multiple streams of income. They have what we call diversified portfolio investment. But for the poor people, they rely only on their, living, or rely only on their labor to earn what? A living. If you belong to that category, you have to change your mindset today. So rich people plan well for their money, but for the poor people, they spend all their money. Because rich people are always the producers, but the poor people are always consumers. And if you are actually a consumer, you need to change your mindset again and begin to think like the rich, and begin to act like the rich, and begin to do your things like the rich. By creating investment, you're actually the type that actually spend all your money. You are creating what I call financial vulnerability. You are making yourself to be what? To be vulnerable to financial problems. So today you must actually decide that money should be working for you and not you working for money. Number 4 is that money is a game of change. Money is a game of change. It actually operates a system of exchange where you earn or you make money. Money actually operates on what? On two systems. Is either you are earning money or you are making money. Now, I will quickly expatiate on what do I mean by what? By earning money, and what do I mean by making money. You see, when you talk about or say that somebody is actually earning money, it involves trading time and what? And energy for financial compensation. And those that actually belong to this category are actually the upper or the poor or the less privileged in the society. So they earn money for their services, for their value. They are paid for their value at the end of the day. So any money in this category, that is, if you're actually earning money, it involves what? Trading your time, your energy for financial compensation. That is, you are actually, doing a work, and somebody is paying you for what you have actually done. So if you belong to that category, you are actually earning money. Then what does it mean that when you say that somebody was actually making money? For those that actually make money, when you make money, it involves what? Time, effort, and creativity. And creativity to create what we call what? Waste to keep getting money regularly. To keep getting money regularly. Can you see the difference there? The difference is that under any money, you trade your time and energy for financial compensation. But under, making money, you trade your time and effort and creativity for compensation. And in other words, you are always making money regularly. Not only making money regularly, you also have a multi streams of what? Of making money regularly. Not in one channel, but multiple channels of making money. And that is the secret of what? Of the wealthy people. And that's why I always encourage people to watch this video, because you are going to gain a lot of things at the end of the day. Are you earning money or you are making money? For me, I am making money but not earning money. If you are earning money, it means that you are being compensated for your effort. But if you are actually making money, it means you are being paid for your effort, for your time, and for your creativity. To make money, you must create something that have a value for people to pay for. Do you get it now? So if you want to make money, you must create something that have value for people to pay for at the end of the day. Number 5, money attracts money. Money attracts money. That's number 5. Money will always attract money. What do I mean by that? You see, rich people, there's always people always have this idea that rich people are always proud, they are always arrogant, they are always egocentric, they're always selfish, they don't care about other people, they care only about themselves, they move along with each other. Do you know why? Rich people always like to mix with rich people so that they can share ideas, they can share creativities, they can share information, and they are always attracted by their natural status. So if you see a rich man moving with a rich man, don't think that he's actually rich. I mean, selfish. He is not selfish. He's only attracted as a result of what? Of their natural status, not because of their egocentric nature. So rich people will always hang out with what? With rich people because of the natural factor. Then rich people have different priorities compared to poor people. Poor people don't have priorities. They don't define their priorities. And if at all they have a priority, their priorities are always limited. But for the rich, they have what? Different priorities compared to the poor people. Rich people always build relationship with those that are already rich. They have a very rich, solid foundation among themselves compared to the poor people that do not have this kind of a foundation. If I'm very wrong in that area, you can dispute it. So rich people build a relationship with those that are actually what? Rich. And for you to aim for wealth, you must build a relationship with these people that are already rich, so that you can begin to think, you can begin to act, you can begin to develop an habit like the rich people. When you mix with the rich people, there's every possibility you can build up a relationship with them. And when you build up this relationship with them, you can begin to learn their habits, because rich people have an habit. You can begin to think like them, you can begin to learn from their thinking, and you can also begin to learn from their behavior. This is very, very important. Then number 6, money loves secrecy. Money loves secrecy. Somebody will say, what do you mean by actually money loves secrecy? You see, money loves secret, and what do I mean by that? You see, as a person, you must always have a secret account. I have not mentioned this before, but I'm mentioning it for the first time. You must have what I call a secret account. When you have a secret account, it will really help you to actually prepare for emergency. It will actually help you to actually prepare for any form of emergency in life. And what do I mean by this? You see, another thing or another concept is that you should not be displaying your wealth. You should not show to people that you're actually rich. You should not show people that you're actually wealthy. And because the reason is that when people realize that you're actually wealthy, they always come with their problems. And when they come with their problems and you're unable to help them in that situation, it will strain the relationship between you and them. So privacy is the key to managing money and wealth. So if you want to manage money and wealth, if you want to be rich, then you have to have a privacy. You have to have what we call a financial privacy. So you must keep your money, and make your money to be private. So you must keep your money, matters private. That's what I'm saying. You must keep your money matters private. It's not something that you have to be flamboyant, you have to be lavish, you have to be extravagant, you have to show off yourself in the public that you're actually rich. Because when people get to know that you're actually rich, so you must have a secret account known to you only. You must keep an emergency money. I've always said this before. You must have what I call savings. You must have what I call savings. You must have an account where you keep your money privately for savings, for emergency, because life happens, anything can always happen. So if anything happens at the end of the day, you can always solve that problem. I don't want to expatiate on that so much, because life happens, nobody knows tomorrow. But in case anything happens, maybe your car, breaks down, or you have an emergency, medical emergency, and any of them, you can always dip your hand into your emergency fund, which is your savings. You get it now. Then number seven, this one is very, very hot. Money hates stagnation. Money hates stagnation. You know, over time, I've always been emphasizing on this. I've always been teaching that you should not keep your money in the bank. I'm not saying that it's not good for you to have your money in the bank, but the money that should be in the bank account should be for spending. For spending. And if at all there's going to be any other money in the bank account, it should be for emergency, for savings. Do you get it now? Because money is a spirit and it hates stagnation. When you have to keep your money somewhere, I always speak to people that always say, I have 500,000 and 1 million in my savings account. You are not rich because your money is actually not creating value for you at the end of the day. Because money actually likes to move around. Money likes to move around. It doesn't like staying in one place. Do you get it now? So our money is what is actually moving. You must invest your money. You must diversify your portfolio. You must make your money to work for you. And don't let that money to be stagnant. Because money likes to move around. Money likes to move around, to jump around, to be used and not to be stagnant. Do you get it now? And that's why when you put your money in the bank will actually use your money to borrow to other people and make more money for themselves. Why don't you put your money in a portfolio investment where you are actually making money for yourself now and not you making money for the bank? So when you keep your money in the bank, you are making money for the bank and you are earning money at the end of the day, and the money is not working for you. It's not creating value for you at the end of the day, because your money that you have actually kept in the bank will create dust in the bank, and the bank will lend the money out and make profit for themselves, and they will not pay you even a coin at the end of the day. Do you get it now? So money loves to move around, and money can be unproductive when it is actually stagnant. Your money can be unproductive when you put your money in the bank and you think that actually a millionaire, a billionaire, you are not rich, you are not wealthy, because your money is unproductive. Your money is actually unproductive. Your money is actually not creating value at the end of the day. So you must diversify money through investment portfolio. That money that you have in your bank account, go and diversify the money into investment portfolio at the end of the day, because your money is not productive. Your money does not have any value. When inflation comes around, it is going to eat that money that you think you have at the end of the day. Because a lot of people today in Nigeria are crying, they are suffering, they are languishing, they are complaining. Why? Because they are keeping their money or making their money to be stagnant, and the money is not creating value for them at the end of the day. So if you want to escape this, then you should learn to diversify your money and make your money to move around and make your money to make more money for you and make more money for you and make more and create more wealth for you at the end of the day. Money actually does well when it is invested in different places. Money, like I said, does not like to stay in one place. So when you actually invest your money in different places, that is what money actually loves. It doesn't like staying in one particular place. So putting money in a bank account is not a good thing. It's not ideal. It is not encouraging. It's not very well that you keep your money in the bank account, because at the end of the day, you are making your money to be very, very stagnant. Number eight, money is earned through crisis. Money is earned through crisis. Now, what do I mean by money is earned through crisis? Money loves crisis. If you like, accept it. If you like, don't accept it. But I will let you know that money loves a crisis, and it is during the period of crisis that wealthy people, rich people are actually making money. They are actually making money. They're actually making money. Do you know why? You see, in a period of economic recession, in a period of economic depression, in a period of economic instability, in a period of inflation, wealthy people are actually making money, because in this period, number one, inflation is always high and money does not have value. So at that particular point in time, their money is actually working for them. And apart from that, inflation increases investment returns. So in a period of inflation, investment returns, or what I've actually put into investment, the rate or the profit is going to be increased at the end of the day. So in the period of inflation, people make a lot of money, most especially wealthy people that prioritize their plan, that they have a plan, and money is always working for them. So in a period of crisis, for example, somebody like Warren Buffett, in a period of economic crisis, whether in 2000, in 2008, or 2020, or so at the economic recession, you discover that this is a period the man called, Warren Buffett is always making a lot of money because crisis, economic depression, economic crisis will always create economic opportunities. Do you know why? You see, in a period of inflation or in a period of economic crisis or economic recession, you discover that people that have landed properties and they have assets and the rest of them, there is always panic. And because there's always panic, the value of their asset and everything is always dropping. And in this period, most of them are always panicking that they always want to sell their stock, they always want to sell their estate and the rest of them. At the point in time, for example, maybe the estate is actually $1 million. In most cases, some of them may sell it for $700,000. You know that if you buy it for $700, you have actually gained $300,000. Now, after inflation, after economic recession, after the depression, over time, the value of that property is going to increase. And when it increases, maybe now it's now $5 million. So they bought it for $700,000. They'll be selling it for $5 million. That means that they have made $4.3 million as a profit. Do you get it now? So economic crisis will always create economic opportunities. Do you get it now? Then in the area of stock, you discover that whenever there is economic recession, the price of stocks will always go down, will always fall down. And that is the period somebody like Warren Buffett and most of these wealthy people will always wait for these opportunities to buy these stocks and make more money in the future. And that's why we call it a decade of sacrifice. So rich people always wait for a window of economic recession, economic ulubalus, economic depression and the rest of them, for them to actually invest their money and buy more assets and buy more stock and buy more things. You understand that at the end of the day, in the future, they will be making enormous profit. So during the economic recession, rich people acquire more assets. Like in Nigeria now, there's inflation. Right now, money market funds is about 23 point something percent or 24% thereabout. They are making more money. So at the end of the day, if you put money in the money market funds now, you are going to be making about 24% interest on your returns per annum on the number of money you have actually put into money market funds. Like most of us that are actually investing in money market funds, as a passive investor, we are making money every day and we are making about 24 point something percent interest every year as an investment portfolio. Do you get it now? So tough times are the time for you to actually increase and buy more assets, such as rental estate and more stocks. Like in Nigeria now, a lot of people are selling their properties, they're selling this, they're selling that because of the economic recession, because of the inflation and some other economic problem. But this is the time where investors, pragmatic investors that can always know and see the windows of opportunities open for them, they will always invest their money and make more money in the future. So where do you actually belong today? So these are actually the laws, the Eden's laws of money that I've actually explained to you now. So if you want to make money in 2024, you need to watch this video and watch it over again and write down all these points I've actually stated so that you can be able to practicalize them and make more money for yourself. Like the topic I did last time when I was saying that for you to actually create wealth, for you to actually create money, for you to actually be rich and be superfluous in society, you need to have a work, and your work will generate money, and your money will generate wealth, assets, and your asset will generate wealth, and your wealth will generate financial freedom. They are the 5 pillars of wealth creation. Whether you are wealthy or you are rich. Number 4 is for rich people. Number 5 is for wealthy people. And that's why I always say that there's a difference between being wealthy and being rich. Let me repeat it again. I said number 1, you need to have a work. That is the first principle to money creation or wealth creation. You must have a work. And when you have a work, your work will lead to what we call money, which is value. It's going to give you value. It's going to give you money. And when you get that money, what do? You use that money to buy asset and investment. You use the money to buy asset and investment. Now, when you buy the asset and investment over time is going to create or give you what we call wealth. It's going to create wealth for you on the level of number 4. Do you get it now? So from work to money, and from money to assets, and from assets to what? To wealth. And number 5 is going to create what we call financial freedom. At that point of financial freedom, you cannot say you're actually wealthy. Money is working for you. You are not earning money any longer, but money is actually what? Working for you. Because a lot of people in the society are earning money because there is that time, their labor, their energy, and the rest of them to work, and they earn money at the end of the day, and it's not creating value for them. So you need to belong to the category of people that are the money is actually working for them, growing for them. They are creating wealth every day for themselves. I hope you have actually gained something from this video. If you have actually gained something today, subscribe to the channel. Now, to my returning subscribers, I say very big thank you. Till we meet next time, I remain your pragmatic, innovative, inventive David Oni, and my YouTube channel is actually Creator Mindset. I believe you actually gained something today. If I've actually gained something also, share the video to the outside world. Till we meet next time, thank you and God bless you. God bless Nigeria, God bless Lagos, God bless your family, and God bless the whole world. Bye bye.